anyway, basically all I do is teach golf. I've been teaching for 24 years. When I was building my teaching center, I was ignorant enough to be standing on the back of an auger while I was drilling holes for my net. Got my shirt caught in the net in the auger and snapped my hand off. And so it's been an amazing blessing for me to actually do that, because it allows me to work with wounded warriors, wounded soldiers, people who have issues, and has gotten me much more involved in much more of someone who can actually help relate to what you do, what I do. It's kind of easy for you to see that you can do whatever it is you put your mind to. If we can do it, we're going to hit some golf balls today. If you hit them great. If you hit them bad, it doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of trying to get some exercise. And golf is an amazing way to re-engage yourself in society, not society, but with friends and people, and get out. It helps you challenge your mental attitude. It really, really is great for learning patience. If you've never tried before, this is one of the most difficult motor skills on earth to master for anyone. With all four limbs, all four mental capacity, the whole 9 yards, it's very difficult to do at the highest level. I was just telling someone a minute ago, it's the second most difficult motor skill in sports to master. There is. The first most difficult one, they say, is polo. So this is a pretty tough one to do, but the wonderful thing about it is the people that are around golf. There's lots of money around golf, a lot of people that support golf, and there are a lot of people who support adaptive golf, period. So there are a lot of avenues for you to use this sport to get out and get re-engaged. And so I'm going to hit some shots today that are just kind of what I do as far as adapting to that. Obviously, I don't have a hand to hit balls with, but I hit one arm last year. Someone stole my car in Beaufort, South Carolina. And when they did, they got my arm, my clubs, pretty much everything else I own. And so I hit without the arm for about 9 months until we finally got one built again. And one of my executive directors for the PGA and the president wanted me to play with them at Kiawah Island. If y'all know anything about that course, that's the wrong one to play one-handed for the first time. One-handed, that was for sure. I lost a lot of golf balls that day. But anyway, I'm going to hit a few balls and just talk a little so that when we do get you over to hit some balls, there are a couple of simple things that I want you to keep in mind and what we're going to try to accomplish. And that is that golf clubs are designed to rotate, so they are designed to turn. So if we have that ability, we can, even just swinging this hard, we can make a difference. We can move the ball, we can create some fun out of that. I have a gentleman that I'm working with right now that can't rotate his arm this way. It can only go to there, so he has all of them out to the right, but we're working on manipulating his position so that he can get it to where it goes straight. So there's a way to figure it out. It just takes a little bit more time sometimes than we like. One thing that we want to always make sure we do is not overswing. If you try to hit the ball too hard, it's very difficult to hit it consistently. And if you'll notice when I'm making these swings, I'm not putting a lot of effort into this. I don't hit it very far anymore, but I do hit it out there far enough to have fun with it. Uh-oh. And by the way, I will miss some shots today. So that is a fact. And you can feel free to laugh. I do not get embarrassed. But I will hit a couple of good ones too. One thing that we're going to try to make sure we get when we got wheelchairs or balance issues, I've got some clubs that we've specially designed for that, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. They're actually bent so that you can get the club close to flat on the ground. It gives you clearance for your knees. I'll show you how that works. Shots. For those who have not actually played. But you can hit golf balls. Again, it's not all about how far and how perfect you hit them. It's just the fact that you're out there trying. If we don't have but one leg, we can still move it a decent distance to have some fun. It can be either one. Get up nice and fat, but you know, you can adapt yourself to actually be able to do that. If we don't have one arm or a leg. I actually saw a guy one time that played. It was pretty amazing, with no legs or any arms, and was moving the ball down the fairway and enjoying what he was doing. But even just moving the ball that far can be something that's fun. Had a soldier, I was just telling this gentleman a few minutes ago, at Fort Gordon last year, or 2-3 years ago, he couldn't grip the club, he didn't have use of his leg, so we take the club to his arm. He steady hit some balls. He was moving it out there, and it was a great experience for me. I'm gonna try this once. Actually, this is one of my very first arms. I did this a couple weeks ago, just for these. And he was sitting down as little. I'm gonna do it standing up. I may hit one and I may not. Once again, feel free to get humorous. But I moved it, club twisted. But he was moving the ball over 100 yards just with this lever. Just like that. And you can enjoy it. Not cool professional material, but you can get out there and make it work. By the way, my arm spreads a lot. You want to see my arm go flying? It has done that before. That's exciting. Okay, so I wasn't going to do this today, but Aaron said y'all might enjoy watching a few trick shots. So I'm going to hit a few just for fun. I normally put on about a 45-minute spiel doing this stuff, but I'm going to chop it down and just hit about half of what I might normally do. We can hit them off our knees. Anybody ever seen Door from Golf? Have you? Well, this is kind of my, this is my Dorf impression. Oops. You can laugh, guys, really. It makes it a lot easier. I do those just so you can feel good about whatever it is you do. That's my excuse. And I missed it twice. Try one more, 3 strikes and I'm out. We were practicing these a few minutes ago and I don't think I missed one. Nothing like a little pair of eyes on it. That's closer. But the main thing you want to take away from every shot that I'm hitting is the effort level and the fact that we're finding the bottom part of the swing. And that's what we're going to try to do on all of them. Who plays baseball? You do? This is something that every baseball player I've ever come in contact with that showed this shot to, they want to try it, and I've never had one hit it before. They always crash into here. So it's kind of fun to watch that. And y'all are probably saying, that's no real big deal. Let's see if we can do it a little bit faster than that. Uh-oh, we're not gonna do that. I told you I'm gonna miss some. Y'all are awful quiet. Golf is a quiet sport. Okay, well, we got them. So, a couple of weeks ago, I was at the golf course I teach at in Raleigh, and I decided to hit one for some reason off a chair. And some kid was out there. He couldn't figure out what the heck I was trying to do. Of course, I got a metal chair. It'd be just like me to fall off, and I might end up in a chair for a while. There we go, not too bad. That was a pretty good lie if you're in the rough. I hadn't hit this one in a while, but this one gets a little more difficult. Once again, all this stuff is for to let you know that you can figure it out, no matter what. And make contact and have some fun with it. Never played golf, and I think there are quite a few out here who have not. This is a chair, but a little bit different. I don't know. Sometimes people can use a ledge, and sometimes they can't. There's a guy named, should we never open my mouth. I did a clinic with him in Augusta a couple of years ago, and he does a show out of a solo park. Like he'll have a dog with him, a real cute dog that runs around and puts balls up and whatnot. And gosh, I know this is called Dennis Walters. Dennis Walters, outstanding. Thank you. So Dennis hits a lot of shots. Pretty nice guy. Does a lot of great work. Does a lot of clinics, and he's very good. Try to hit one or two like that. So even if you don't have that ability and you understand to get that release, like I was talking about, how the club rotates, you can play a pretty good round of golf hitting shots like this. And these aren't really hard. I'm not trying to do it hard, just making a swing. And getting around that way, now that's easy to do with a driver sitting up on the tee. I was telling you a few minutes ago, you got a club that's bent because you are sitting down and you have trouble with knee clearance. And so we got it so it's bent down. I can hit them with the normal ones, but it's pretty hard to hit them consistently solid. When it's sitting on the ground, if you're up in the fairway and off of the teeing area, this helps quite a bit to be able to contact the ball. Not very good there. Now, if we're talking about what we're going to talk about in a few minutes, the bottom of my swing right there came too soon. Mostly just because I tried to hit it too hard and then give the golf club time enough to get back to the ball. So I'll try to swing a little smoother this time and do a little bit better. One of the things I talk to, if any of y'all are servicemen or Marines, you know, they're pretty gung-ho guys. They, I always tell them, you know, who would you rather get in a fight with? Is it the guy that's out of control with a lot of power but can't hit you, or the one who is slower and can pinpoint what he wants to and hit you in the right spot and actually be able to make contact? And obviously they'd rather the guy out of control, big as he can be. But if you don't make contact, it just really doesn't matter. That's pretty good there. So that's just a little 6-iron, but you can go out and play golf with that and have a good time. And the thing that most people do when they play is, I see a lot of people who, myself included, have too big of an ego to go up far enough that you can enjoy playing. A lot of people will want to play from the men's tee because you're a man. And there are a lot of men that should be playing at the men's tees. My father had a stroke 8 years ago, and even got him to go up, which was very difficult because of the man's ego, to go up to the 200-yard marker and play from there, but to enjoy actually playing the game. play and score and have a good time. I did that with my children when they were coming along. We'd go to the 50-yard marker and then work our way back as far as you could go. I've even talked to one person, I'm not sure how good I'll do this, but I'm going to try. That if you don't have the ability to move, and everyone's got a dominant side that they tend to use. If it's your left side, if you're left-handed, you move in this direction. If you're right-handed, I look kind of funny doing that. We move in this direction, which is what I do, but I don't have it to use. And if I couldn't move in the direction I'm moving, you can take it and actually adapt and learn to go the other way. If you have to, it's amazing what you can do when you try. Take some patience sometimes. Take some time to actually overcome it, but you can make it work. I got the middle, the left, and the right, so how about that? Okay. Now I was going to ask my man here, can you help me do a shot? He doesn't want to? That's okay. How about you? You want to try? You don't want to help? Really? How about you? Have you ever been bowling before? All you got to do is bowl. Bowl? Alright. You get to laugh at me because I'm getting ready to. I'm telling you. Because I'm going to miss one or two of these, I promise. I'm going to get 3 strikes, okay? Come right over here. What's your name? Brandon. I'm Brandon. Now, good right hand. Good up. Okay. Guess I should have asked. So take that one, put it in the other hand. But what I want you to do, I want you to take the balls and roll them just like this, right to that golf ball. Okay? Think you can do that? Now let's see. Once again, you gotta laugh if I miss this shot, okay? Alright, off you go. Let's see if you can roll it for me. We got on the first one. How about that? You wanna do another? Maybe I should quit while I'm ahead. Contact. Alright, last one. Whoa, move. I'm not Bruce Jenner. Alright, let's try to get a little bit slower than that one. Yeah. There we go. Alright, that was awesome. Brandon, right? That was great. You wear a hat? Not everybody gets a PuzzleDuck hat. Thank you. That was awesome. Okay. This is when you get really in a hurry. Don't have much time to practice. You have to hit them 2 at a time. That one didn't go so good. And then I'm gonna do that one easy. That was you usually do that unless somebody catches it, so somebody got whacked one time. We don't want to do that. Alright, well I'm not gonna bore you anymore with golf shots and wait a minute, I did hit 1 or 2. I'm gonna try one. Just for fun. I've never done this one before. In front of people. We'll see how this shakes out. This is for me when you get lazy. About to forget this. Alright. It gets harder and harder for me to get up every time I do it. But this is when your legs get in the way in the whole 9 yards. We might. That's enough. I was an Indian in my first life. So we're gonna try to do it this way one time. The point is that you can figure a way out to hit a golf ball. Doesn't make any difference what you have wrong, what the problem is. We can make it work. We're gonna do that today. Whether you hit good shots or bad shots, it's totally irrelevant. The thing that we're gonna try to do is get you to make contact with a few balls. Shorter swings are better than long swings. We just wanna make something consistent happen. We don't want to try to overpower the ball. We try to make some contact. I'm going to be able to work with each of you personally. I think you've got someone with you. If you're going to get tired, please don't just start hitting balls. Give me a chance to at least get there before you get tired and worn out. I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. I'll spend 5-10 minutes with each person and go down the line. And then you can get at your own pace at that point. And I think we have enough people here to help stand up and actually play so that you got someone to help you keep the ball up and get your club at a great distance and all that good stuff. Once again, the main thing I want you to try to do when we get there is swing smoothly, understanding that the golf club turns and we're just trying to find the bottom of the swing. It's kind of like a Ferris wheel. You want to be on the platform. Your center is going to be where the bottom of the platform is, and that's where we're going to put the ball and try to get you to turn it over and make some contact with it. Any questions at all that you got for me while I still got my stuff out? Any shots or anything you want to see? No questions at all? I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope you got a little something out of it, and I hope that, like I said, even if you don't hit it perfectly, it's just what it is. It's all about getting better, man. I tell you, when I went through trying to build my arm, I probably went through, it took us 6 years to develop this arm to the point that it is. And I mean, that was a long, arduous process of a person who played golf for a living. I played on pretty much every tour except the PGA Tour, and I could hit it. I could flat play when I played with it. To being hitting shots that literally would do that and that. Shank it. I mean, I hit it everywhere, and that's a big pill to swallow, but it's just what it is. And like I said, it's been a true blessing for me to have actually lost his hand, because I can't tell you how rewarding it is to work here. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy what we're getting ready to do, and have fun. So thanks for letting me be here. Okay. All right, we're gonna go out to the